defend Ethiopia. What's wrong with that? We need to build our own army. If the AAU failed, we can do that. Some of us are soldiers. Why are we afraid? What are we afraid of?
South African, they love us, but South Africans show us a really love now at the right time.
If you touch one of us, then you touch all of us. Also, this movement of Ethiopia, I think it's a blessing for us to remobilize the Positive Action Campaign, because the freedom for Ethiopia is the freedom for Africa. Ethiopia played a very important role to liberate most of the countries in Africa. The first country to have given support to the PAC, it was Ethiopia, but it was magical. Wow, I've never seen such spirit. Almost 55,000 people there.
Highest in the entire world.
Yeah.
All over the news already.
The morale was high, the spirit was high, everything was high. But what I did not understand, this man, Geza, organized this thing within a week. The march itself, the movement, the Ethiopian movement, it's an awakening to the people. Just trust me.
45 people are registered to go to Ethiopia to fight to defend this.
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to Connect Africa. Today we are going to talk about NoMore movement that we had last Sunday on November 22nd. I have here with me two people from South Africa. I think it's the only African country that hosted the NoMore movement. If I'm wrong, they will correct me. I have here Comrade Chris Sankara, who is actually the national organizer of Pan Africanist Congress of Azania, and also he's the founder and president of the worldwide Pan African movement. Welcome, Comrade.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have here also Gezahegn Sumamo. He's Ethiopian. He's CEO of Generation to Generation movement. Actually, it's a foundation. It's based in South Africa. So they both are in South Africa. Welcome to Gezahegn.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Let's kick off the question, Comrade Chris Sankara. I really want to know, is Sankara your real name, or is it taken after Thomas Sankara? And tell us about yourself, just introduce, and what is Azania? I hear this a lot in South Africa, and tell us what Pan Africanist Congress of Azania means.
Okay, as you said, my name is Chris Sankara. Actually, this name I was given in exile. It's not my original name, but it's my combat name, Nom Ditio. So everybody knows me as Chris Sankara. When I went to exile at my early age, about 16 years. So, you know, we don't use our real names. We were given names. So it became my name because people said I look like Thomas Sankara, the former president of Burkina Faso. And the way when I wear my uniform, how I behave, how I walk, and so that's why I was given this name, Chris Sankara. But my real name is Prince Matebula from home. But everybody knows me as Chris Sankara. So if you're going to call me Prince, no one will know who's this Prince. So my comrades worldwide know me as Chris Sankara. It has become my identity as well. I'm a PAC national organizer. I'm within the higher office of the PAC National Executive Committee. The work of the national organizer is to organize political campaigns, political education, party building, building structures, and external and internal mobilizations. Those are my main duties as a national organizer within within the PAC. Also organizing all national events of the PAC. So that's my responsibility. I'm also the founder of the worldwide Pan African movement, which was launched here in Azania, South Africa, 2015. June 13, 14, and 15. It was officially launched on the 15th. And then on June 16, we commemorated the June 16 uprising. So there were more than 18 countries at that particular time. And it was 40 organizations that were represented. So as we'll call comrades from Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana, UK, US, Venezuela, West Papua, you name them, they were here. Okay. And then that's when we hosted. That's when we hosted the convention. So yes, currently we have more than 25 countries. Ethiopia has already joined us. It was 24, now it's 25. We've got more than 60 organizations worldwide. So worldwide Pan Africanism is an organization of organizations. All Pan Africanist movement or Black consciousness movement worldwide, they can form part of the worldwide. Actually, all organization, it's an organization of organizations. Because we realize that AU is no longer doing what is supposed to be done, so that's why we launched this organization.
Welcome, Ato Gezahegn Sumamo. Welcome, and so tell us how you started this NoMore movement, how you started to organize it, and also you can tell us a little bit of your organization and then more about the NoMore movement, how you organize it in South Africa, and how you come in touch with Comrade Chris Sankara.
Wow. My dear sister Mahlet, I really appreciate for having me on your show. Mr. Chris Sankara is very great African, which is motivating as an Africa to wake up. I hear his voice on the news. Now I saw him when he's fighting about Ethiopia. So that makes me proud. It's so tough to address what is happening about NoMore movement and about an Ethiopian issue. Ethiopia is the mother of African. NoMore movement, we join like there is an teachers. Also we join, also we engage like globally. People moving like fighting for the a nation, which is Ethiopia. We joined like our sister, the Hermela, she brings this idea. There is a team also who is organizing this event with me. They are like more than 4 or 5. So we are very successful. There is thousands of people they join. Thousands of people they is also showing how there is a pain. So we are very successful. I can't tell you how is the protesting or how there is a gathering all over the news already. They broadcast, including South African, News 24, Kaya, Power FM, including our media. So it was very successful. Yeah, it was very successful.
So it got a coverage on the news, on TV and radio.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a coverage on the news. I just want to say thank you. To stand Africa is the right time. To be a unity is very important. Our great, the model President Nelson Mandela, he said about the unity and the transformation. Always that speech I love to share to next generation. Trust and accountability when they engage with the unity, it will be very successful. As an Africa, there is Africa big trouble in it, and especially Ethiopia is facing so many challenges. One of the mission youth concept group on my organization and community victims and violence and crimes activity and addicted with drugs. So I'm busy mentoring youth group, and then I'm busy mentoring a charity also as well. I'm also busy creating a Good Mothers and Good Hope House. We are engaged South African mothers and we work with community. We have a lot of great letters, appreciation, including the great biggest foundation, which is in South Africa. We work with the extension commander and the mayor. So we are moving, actually. We are not like Mr. Chris Sankara. We already planned more than 37 countries, Mr. Chris. So we are following.
Okay.
So that's wonderful, yeah.
Let's go to now Comrade Sankara. how did the Ato Gezahegn Sumamo, we call Ato, if you just wonder, Ato in Ethiopia. So it's like the equivalent of Mr. So but I can just call him Gezahegn. Yeah, so how did Gezahegn and his team approached you? How did you get involved in this NoMore movement?
Okay, I'm a very known person, so people will always refer people to me, and especially when coming to campaign, and that include my office. So I got hold of him because of my comrade Maluleke. He's within the NEC. He's also a lawyer by profession. He's also one of the members who's a secretariat for legal affairs in the PAC or at the national level. So that's how I got hold of him. So that's when we get to know each other, me and Comrade Keza.
So what was exactly your involvement in the NoMore movement? So we know that there was a big march. I know from pictures and small videos that you have been in the forefront and reading the speech and the slogans. Just tell me about it, the spirit, how you felt.
Okay, wow. Basically, I've been organizing many campaigns in my organizations. I've been involved many times, but I've also organized international in solidarity. For example, we did organize. I was part of the people who organized the anti-sanction campaign against US and UK and Commonwealth campaign, which was also held there in Pretoria at the US Embassy. So to fight against illegal sanction against the people of Zimbabwe. You will remember that today the people of Zimbabwe are floating all over the countries, even here in Azania, South Africa. People are suffering because of those sanctions, and you will remember that Zimbabwe is one of the richest country in Africa or in the world. It's got tobacco, gold, diamonds, timber, and all that. They are unable to even trade because they are under sanctions, and they're able to sell. So the people there, they've got so many minerals, but they don't have access to it. They're unable to sell them. So people end up not having jobs and all that kind of thing. So those sanctions are a problem. So we did organize the campaign, and it's an ongoing campaign. But also I've also organized the other campaign in solidarity with George Floyd after the death of George Floyd.
While Ato Gezahegn is with us still to discuss on that specific NoMore movement, how did you feel, like the spirit, like were you part of it? You have been hearing the news, or it was new for you? How just tell us that that moment during that march of the NoMore movement.
You mean the one of Ethiopia?
Exactly.
Wow. I've never seen such spirit. It was, remember, if I'm not wrong, there were more than 30,000 people there.
Was it 8,000?
30,000.
No. Comrade,
how many?
Comrade, there is a 47 bus divided by 70. Each bus is going to include 65 people.
Yes, I'm saying it's more than 35. It's 50, something like 55,000. I'm saying it's more than.
That is the highest in the whole world.
The highest in the entire world.
Yeah.
In the entire world,
I will say almost 55,000 people there.
Yeah.
If my estimation. So I'm saying it's more than 30,000. It was big event, and what was good, the morale was high, the spirit was high, everything was high, and people were very disciplined. And I've never seen such a, you know, I would have expected comrades from Ethiopia not having such an event, because this is not where, they were all over the place of Pretoria. Actually, the Pretoria was closed. The whole of Pretoria was closed. But the discipline was high, the morale was high.
Yeah. Wow.
And people were listening to our voice, and I wish we can have such movement. You see, what I did not understand, this man Geza organized this thing within a week.
Wow.
How did he pull that out? I can't explain. But it was magical. It was very magical. And I don't think, I think if this man could have had a month before, we could have had bigger crowd.
You can make it a whole national movement.
Yeah, it was big, man. It was big. It was big. It was well organized. Well organized. I've never seen such. Within short time. I mean, I've been organizing events, but this was more organized. So no, this man is magic, and I think if we can have such characters, and within short time period, I think we can do a lot. You understand? So yes, I was very impressed.
Interesting. Let me go back to Ato Gezahegn. Gezahegn, tell us, first of all, you know, was it like from that 50,000? I know that mostly it is Ethiopian. Like, what % we can give to the South Africans or like the non-Ethiopians? That we are all Pan-Africans. I don't even like to use that term, but just to show, you know, to like people other than Ethiopia were concerned. So it's good to put a number on it. Just tell us how many South Africans there, and then how this Ethiopian news in general is perceived in South Africa.
Yeah, I think so. This is a golden opportunity. I really happy to address this issue. Mr. Comrade Chris Sankara, it was great person. There is a people who even respond us like to be there, and then they are giving us a notification why you are not inviting. Even there are so many, the large number of political party, they are asking us why you are not inviting. Even they complain me some of, which is a large profile in South Africa. We invite so many different political party, Marulega, David, Mikaya, plenty of they love me because I'm very close to community actually. And also I've been working more than 12 years in a community, almost 12, 13 years. I engage South African event, all the party event, local event, I used to engage. So I used to tell about my lovely country. This is the right time to stay in Africa together. So if we stand together, we're gonna beat every challenge. So for me, it was unexpected because it's a 1 week period. I can't complain anybody. But when I saw the bus, 37 bus, I counted. So each bus they're going to have a 65 people, 65,000 people. So each bus, if you have a 65,000 people, how many Ethiopians there on the bus? 37 bus, and then there is a private car. There is, you know how I can explain to you? 22 metro car, they protect us. 3 road is closed. Can you believe in the entire world they don't have that kind of event? Which is what we are planning now. Again, we are going to invite all South Africans, lovely fellow brothers and sisters. Ethiopia is the mother of all Africa. The president of the Uhuru Kenyatta, what they say, Ethiopia, when the mother sick, the child it was be sick. If the mother sick, even the son to be sick. So Ethiopia's in this time sick. It's not only sick, they are very painful. People dying, people crossing the border, and so many lives is losing people. So all African brothers, you have to stand. Political party, the leaders should have to stand with Ethiopia. I'm inviting all over country flags. I'm preparing like for even for another march in, I think so in 29. We are going again back to American embassy. We're going to, until to stop America, we're going to, even we are preparing to move to Ethiopia. We have to protect that's motherland, for African motherland. So all African flags is to be prepared. The flag is for the country image. So all African, which is young generation, following generation, and then leadership stand with Ethiopia. It's tough time to us. I don't know how I'm going to address. When I speak with people, I want to say, no, it's not only my pain, it's also your pain. Because this is not all Ethiopians' issue. So the event is very successful. And then also the movement is very successful. There is no any car bombs. There is no any violence. We peaceful make a march. And then when I cross to the inter, like I pass the reception, I go to the ambassadors until to give that my memo paper.
So you march to the US embassy, and that's it.
Yeah, in the US embassy.
So did they get the letter to the ambassador?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did they make any speech? Did they talk anything?
When we address, is very excited, but he's excited, and then he said he will come back with feedback because he showed us a nice love and a nice approach. That's it.
It's good. So Gezahegn said one important thing, Comrade Sankara, which is this is Ethiopia is not fighting, just it's not just an Ethiopian war, it's an African war. How is that? Is it so by you and your comrades and South African people? How is it perceived? And how do actually South Africans get a news from? What is their source to know about Ethiopia, especially this war?
Yeah, that is a very good question. Let me start by saying, people don't know, and Geza and many people, they don't know. Ethiopia is the first country. People don't know this, and this must be also be said to the Prime Minister and the people of Ethiopia. The first country to have given support to the PAC, it was Ethiopia. Our relationship with Ethiopia started back in 1958. Comrade Sibeko, David Sibeko, who went into exile before the formation of the PAC, after the Atibas campaign, he was accepted by the emperor. Was a PAC leader by the emperor himself, Haile Selassie, and then gave him support there. He stayed there. Then later in 1961, Comrade Philip Khosana and many others came in, and they were early 1961. They received training. A group of PAC, the first country to have given the first group of training. They were trained in Ethiopia. Before the Mandelas and everybody, I hear people talking about Mandela. Mandela only came in 1962. PAC was long supported by the Emperor Haile Selassie as early as 1962. Our people went to school there and graduated, and then later the Comrade Philip Khosana, who became a PAC representative in Ethiopia, became the political advisor of the Emperor Haile Selassie. Hence, the formation of the OAU, the then OAU, was there because of the PAC. PAC had a very great influence in the formation of the OAU. If you read the OAU, there's the adoption of Azania, the name Azania. It was adopted in 1963 by the OAU. It is because of the PAC. There was what we call Liberation Committee, which was formed to support Liberation Army. And the PAC was the first organization to have been accepted by the OAU. Hence, it was the PAC was the first organization to be accepted in the OAU. But moreover, the formation of the OAU, it is because of the PAC and the influence that Emperor Haile Selassie had. So the PAC played a very important role. So I want to make that clear so that people can be known. That is why I want you to know. When people talk about Mandela, the Mandelas came late. The PAC was the first organization and to have been supported by the OAU. And this must be told, it must be known by the people.
So you're saying they were comrades together with Madiba, who came to Ethiopia. It's not only Madiba.
No, Madiba came late, man. Okay. Madiba is ANC. Remember, we are PAC.
Okay.
We're different.
I was going to ask that. So I was going to ask if PAC was the old name of ANC. So it's totally different.
No, it's totally different. The PAC is a Pan Africanist movement.
Yes, I
get that. That is why OAU was a Pan Africanist in its formation, because the only solution for Africa was supposed to be a Pan Africanist solution, not today OAU. The first OAU was a Pan Africanist by its formation. You understand? Unlike today, OAU is being hijacked by the same people, the Americans and the water. It's funded by the very same enemy. But the first OAU was a Pan Africanist in its foundation. Hence, the PAC played a very important role. Haile Selassie was a Pan Africanist himself. That's why even his influence is through the PAC and Kwame Nkrumah, then, who was very close to the PAC himself, who supported the PAC himself. You understand? So our relationship started long ago. Even the ANC was nowhere. The ANC was only recognized because of the influence of the PAC. It was when the AAU refused to recognize the ANC, it was the PAC that says they must also accept the ANC. I mean, it was the PAC that allowed that said that even the PAC the ANC must be recognized. It was because of the PAC. Even at the United Nations, the first organization liberation movement to be recognized, it was the PAC. We had a seat when the United Nations declared South Africa apartheid against evil against humanity. It's because of the PAC. The United Nations also sanctioned South Africa after the Sharpeville massacre. It was because of the PAC. And that Sharpeville Langa massacre, it was because of the PAC. So the PAC has a great influence. It was a pace setter in the history of this country. You understand? So Ethiopia was a very influential, was very helpful in supporting the PAC when we were in exile. You understand? So our relationship started long ago.
Connect Africa.
Ethiopia played a very important role to liberate most of the countries in Africa, just like Ghana, Tanzania, and many other countries. But Ethiopia was the pace setter in terms of, even before the formation of the AU, already Ethiopia supported the PAC. All other countries most followed after the formation of the AU, but Ethiopia was among the first, before even the formation of it supported the PAC and the liberation movement. And financially, militarily, educationally, our people were educated there. Our leaders were educated there. So also today, some countries are enjoying the freedom because of what Ethiopia played a role. But also, Ethiopia was, you might remember that Ethiopia was never colonized. So it becomes a role model, a model for Africa. Therefore, it is important for us to be able to defend Ethiopia, because there's a plan to recolonize Africa. And they want to, countries like Ethiopia becomes a problem, because remember, they want to prove a point that it was not colonized, they can colonize it. So it is important for us as Africans to unite, to rally around and unite Africans, so to under the banner of African nationalism, to fight, to support the people of Ethiopia, because the freedom for Ethiopia is the freedom for Africa. The freedom for Africa is the freedom for us here in Azania and everywhere else in the world. So it is very important that we should, because the so-called AU today that is existing, it is because of the role that Ethiopia played. So I will call upon all Africans at home and abroad in diaspora to defend Ethiopia. But moreover, it's not only Ethiopia that is affected. We have Burkina Faso today. The French now are busy trying to mobilize and recolonize Burkina Faso. You remember that after the death of Sankara, they installed their puppet, and then later, and then now that Burkina Faso is receiving its freedom, they want to recolonize it. So we need to fight for Africa.
Just let's go back to Gezahegn. Gezahegn, tell us briefly, tell us about the next march that, or protest of the NoMore movement that you are planning. When and why a second one? Is it different from the first one? What are you planning to achieve at this for the next one?
Yeah, I think so. This is a great opportunity. The next march will be, it's not a hashtag NoMore movement. It's not only that. We are Pan Africanism. Just we are engaging all African diaspora and African, which is a large number of political, who engage in a political, including Julius Malema, Mr. Chris Sankara, different to others country, neighboring country, to stand with Ethiopia. So I hear that so many South African youth, they are motivated already. They are asking me, when is march is going to be? We are going to the, like, I feel something. Like people wake up. This is the right time to wake up, Africa. Political and then economics analysts, everyone, like you should have to stand to be with Ethiopians. Ethiopia's the mother of Africa. And November 29, it will be in Monday, like week period.
So just a week after. Okay, now the energy is there. You just want to do it soon again.
Yeah, because energy is it that just wanted to do it again, because most African also, they want to engage. So, and then one right we are fighting, which is Ethiopia facing. So we should have to stay with Ethiopia, every African, the woman and the man and elder and young or big, and the leader or whoever it is, you should have to stay with Ethiopia. Ethiopia's founder, the Pan African, and so many things. Lucy and Ethiopian, which is we have a like own calendar. That is history. That history.
Origin of mankind.
Everyone will have to fight for that.
Yeah, I said it can go on. Also, we are the origin of mankind, the origin of, I mean, it's like the origin of many things. So
many things, you see.
Comrade, I want to ask you this. You know, Ethiopia has been saying Ethiopia is fighting an African war, and this is really something gonna change for Africa for better, because the war is not just with one group, TPLF. Now we are fighting a neo-colonial power that it's a sponsored war. We have seen that in many levels. How the media is reporting, what they are providing to the rebel group and everything. How are South Africans and even African nations, the global Black nation, you think is perceiving this? Are they seeing it as an African war as we see it? And what does it take really for citizens, African citizens, to say when something happens in any African country, to say, this is also my business, I'm gonna fight for this, knowing that, you know, for next time, somebody will stand up for the other one. What does it take, and how is it perceived so far, meaning the part that, you know, this is Africa war, not just Ethiopian war? Right?
Okay, to be honest with you, there's a lot that needs to be done. We need to educate our people. Our people are very much confused with the Western media, the type of education. We need to decolonize our education. We need to teach our people many things about Africa. Some people, they don't even understand what is it to be an African. What is this to be a Pan Africanist? What is it to be an Africanist? You understand? So there's a lot that needs to be done. But the march, unfortunately, the AU has abandoned its own origin foundation, which was founded. Today, the AU is now being supported by the very same enemy, by the UA, by the US, Britain, and what, the funders and what. There's a lot of, it's all about people making money. They're not really interested into you know, decolonizing our people, you know, even the mindset of our people. So we unfortunately have lost. Hence, we from the PAC and we initiated the program of launching another a global organization like the Worldwide Pan African Movement, where we'll mobilize all people to re-educate our people, to decolonize their mindset, to make them aware of what is happening on a global level, to unite all organizations, so that you can all work as one, even if you are in Spain, even if you are in Venezuela, even if you are in West Papua. So yes, there is a lot of work, but also there are those who are consciously. But the march itself, the movement, the Ethiopian movement, it's an awakening to the people. Just trust me. Now people are asking questions. Now people are starting to think now. So which is good, and we are now on a global level to educate our people that the importance of Ethiopia, the importance of Africa. So yes, that is the positive side and the negative side of it. But the spirit is very high. The spirit is very high.
Interesting. I have a following question for that. How do we, you know, now what is more, okay, there is a march that happened, which is also, it's a great awakening. We saw that more Africans are engaging with Ethiopia now. They are starting to ask the question. So then, you know, as a Pan Africanist Congress national organizer, what is the next plan? What will be the next level to do it, you know, to amplify it and to bring a result? If you can say it only publicly, you know, it can be a strategy, and you don't want to say.
From the PAC side, we have what we call the unfolding positive action campaign. Initially, the positive action campaign started in Ghana, and then the PAC started it in 1960, where we organized the anti-pass campaign, where people were massacred in 1960, Sharpeville massacre. You will remember the Sharpeville massacre. So we, as PAC now, we have analyzed the situation. We've analyzed everything. Hence, we came with a program, a restitution and reparation program, and mobilizing organizations. Hence, we were able to start mobilizing other organizations to start with the reparation program. Where in US, for example, they had a campaign for reparations. It was mobilized by the very same worldwide Pan African movement. In Belgium, we also, through our influence from the PAC and the worldwide Pan African movement, they were able to organize a march where the grandchild of King Leopold issued an apology. It is because of the influence that we did. And also in UK, our comrade Huey Rose, I could have invited him anyway, I forgot to invite him, who organized the campaign in UK to Parliament, where about to demand the reparation of the people. So on that, we will continue mobilizing. Also, this movement of Ethiopia, I think it's a blessing for us to remobilize the positive action campaign. And we can also utilize that to mobilize countries and also to awaken what do you call it, Africa. But also, I think I wanted to speak to the comrade. We need to have a march, another march that must go to the Pan African Parliament here in Midrand, South Africa. The Pan African Parliament is no longer serving the interest of Africa. We need to organize a march and also send a memorandum there that the Pan African march must, Pan African Parliament must start now, and the OA and the AU must start now serving the interests of Africa. You have realized even people like Gaddafi were killed in the eyes and ears of AU. AU did nothing. We have other countries today that are being colonized, recolonized, like Burkina Faso. The OU is saying nothing. We have the situation in Ethiopia today. The OU does nothing. So I think we also need to mobilize. Our plan is to also mobilize and organize, march towards even the very same AU. We need to take them to account for failing Africa. You understand? So it's one of the plans that we should be thinking and doing. But also on that Ethiopian movement that we are having, we need to mobilize Africa, Africans at home and abroad. They should march all over all US embassy, including United Kingdom embassy, to say enough is enough, move away from Africa. Today you have so many military base, US military base and British military base, what we call AFRICOM, African Command, in Botswana and many countries in Africa. And even in Ghana, we have AFRICOM, African Command. It's a shame. So we must fight to remove this this American bases, because the plan is to recolonize Africa. We must fight against puppet government that are being installed by the very same people. Our genuine leaders are killed and installed a puppet government. These are things that we need to mobilize. So that plan, we have a duty to rally and unite the African people at home and abroad. So the PAC and the worldwide Pan African movement will have that program. Precisely that, we are planning a convention in next year around June, around 20-something June, in Ghana, Accra, with the comrade Dr. Malik Zul Sabaz, who's the chairperson and the founder of the Bologolars for Justice in US. We are mobilizing different organizations to host a worldwide convention there, so that we can tackle these issues and have one program, one language, and put our differences aside, so that we can now, because the enemy is bigger than us. You will remember that these people have got resources, they've got armies, they've got, they are everywhere in Africa. So we need one another to work together, put our differences aside, and fight against tribalism that is now being used against us in Ethiopia to fight amongst ourselves. So we need to unite, and that convention must be able to mobilize and come with a strategy, one program of action to educate our people, to come with an action plan to how we're going to deal with these issues. So it's one of the plans, and I will pledge to all Africans at home and abroad to support these initiatives, because we need one another. There've been initiatives before us, but what was done before is the difference between us and the rest is that many of our comrades have intellectualized our struggle. Instead of being practical, they were being theoretically and talking too much, speaking big English without action. So our plan is to be on the ground and come with an action plan rather than just speaking and what. Come with a program, come with a program that's going to be. We fund this program. We must have a program to fund this program. We must also be, even if need be, we need to build our own army. We need to build our own army. If the AAU failed, we can do that. Some of us are soldiers, are instructors. We can do that. If we are funded, if we are sponsored, we must be able to go to Ethiopia and defend Ethiopia. What's wrong with that? You understand? One of the days where the American will send the mercenaries or mobilize what. We must also go and, even as individuals, even as groupings, and go and defend Ethiopia. You understand? Those are things that we need to be done. Why are we afraid? What are we afraid of? You understand? So if you touch one of us, we should have that spirit that if you touch one of us, then you touch all of us.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
that's the message exactly that needs to send out. And those mercenaries, by the way, that they are going to send will not be white folks or Americans per se. It will be our own people. Our own people. It could be from Africa. It could be from Ethiopia. They're gonna use us against us, so that making sure, even after whatever they did, whether it's changing regime or whatever, to make sure that we don't stay together, that we will still fight each other. You know. So we need to wake up. We need to wake up. What's wrong with that? To have our own army, and yeah, that's really great. And if we have AFRICOM to guard what? I mean, we can guard ourselves. It's just the resource, and that's really interesting.
Just to add on that, sorry for disturbing. Some of us were in exile. We have traveled all over the country. We fought many wars. We know how to fight. We know how the battles are fought. So we're not afraid. We were at the age of 16. We're already in exile, defending our sovereignty here in Azania. We fought with the Boers. We fought in many places. So we're not afraid. You understand? So when I'm speaking, we know what we're talking about. We're not talking about theory. We can implement those things, but as long as we are united and support each other, we are capable of doing that. Libya was supposed not to be been attacked. We're supposed to go and defend Libya. You understand?
Yeah. In front of our eyes, that has been.
Yes. Sorry for disturbing you about that.
Yeah, no, very interesting. Thank you, Comrade, for that. Yeah, Gezahegn, I just want, like many of us, it could be Ethiopians in diaspora and at home trying to engage Africans, Ethiopia anyway will defend itself, and it will do whatever it takes, and Ethiopia prevails. But we want to take this opportunity to teach Africans, to bring Africans, and to engage and to show this is our fight, so that we will feel that feeling when the next country is attacked, that we are the keepers of our brothers and these sisters of African nations. We want to send that message. So what kind of mechanism you used? It can be educative to hear it. How did you use media? How when you approach South Africans?
I think so. That Mahlet, very great opportunity to address. We have a different platform. I have also one of the platform which is to support the community. There is one of broadcasting which is Kambata Worldwide community TV platform, and the one is also we engage with the WhatsApp group, different province youth group. We have also a Zoom conference, awareness campaign and youth movement. So I'm also working with a peace with youth, different way there is to approach people. But when he said, I want to go to Ethiopia to fight for Ethiopia rights, so I think so myself, I'm already preparing in my mind. So many, I'm very happy. That's show a real African heart. So what is my mission? To motivate and to aware South African or diaspora in South Africa. I have one platform, which is 45 people that are registered to go to Ethiopia to fight to defend this
Are these Ethiopians?
45 Ethiopians registered under my organization, so to go there. The other things, there is so many people they are phoning. Also, they are contributing with so many things. Some of them also, they are asking how we're going to donate the blood. South African government, they give us opportunity to work and to live and to study. That are making awareness campaign and then peaceful community movement. So I've got a database. That database in 158 Ethiopians register under my data. We have a communication simply, and then we're going to share each other everything. So we have a Telegram group, which is carry like more than 20,000 people wholly. We attend so many peaceful events, which is we donate also with behalf of Ethiopian community, charity and orphanage and elder. And also we proceed to create 100,000 jobs between 20 and 30 years period. So I'm also busy with that. We create security business for South African youth, which is to give opportunity for job. We training SERA certificate in Israel. So 120 employees under my organization. So we work with South African lady and gentlemen who love us because we have a mission and we have a vision. So Ethiopia has a vision because Ethiopia, if it doesn't have a vision, they don't keep Nelson Mandela. The history of Ethiopia is very big. So I think so more Africa to know is very important. It doesn't matter about my pronunciation because I'm not colonized because I did grow up with my language. So I need to address to South African generation, especially Nelson Mandela, they keep Ethiopia, they give a diplomacy passport, which is saying Ethiopian government, this is my journalist. Nelson Mandela, he blocked to travel to USA. But Ethiopian government, they give a big mechanism. My uncle is close friendship, Nelson Mandela, Ambassador Tesfaye Habiso. I visit Nelson Mandela's family. I visit Thabo Mbeki's family. I go to stay to Nelson Mandela's family. I'm very close some of the ANC leaders. I'm very close to that Maluleka, the ANC members who made it to join Mr. Chris Sankara. And there is so many peaceful in Ethiopia, in South Africa especially. South Africans, they love us, but South Africans show us a really love now at the right time. If there is no peace in Kenya, there is no peace in Ethiopia. If there is no peace in Ethiopia, there is no peace in Kenya, in Zimbabwe or Sudan or South Sudan. So let's bring together peace. Let's stand, be united, Africa. And Africa should have to wake up.
Comrade, your final points.
My final message to Africa is that let's work together, rally and unite the African people at home and abroad under the banner of African nationalism. Africa, there's a plan to recolonize Africa. This time now that Africa must awake and work together, we request those who can in our movement, the worldwide Pan-African movement, to join the movement on a global level. Those who are here, they can also join the PAC of Azania. Let's work together and then let's have meeting. Let's make time for Africa. Let's not be busy, too much busy for Africa. Let us make time for Africa. Plan as they were animal planning. Let us plan and what is important, let's take action. Thank you. In our language, you say Izweletu Africa. Izweletu means land is ours.
Izweletu.
Africa.
Izweletu.
Izweletu. Africa. Is when you say, when I say Izweletu, you say Africa. Africa, Izweletu. Izweletu.
Africa.
Africa. Izweletu.
Izweletu. Okay.
It means Africa is ours.
Okay.
From Cape to Cairo, Malagasy to Morocco, Africa belongs to Africans.
Africa belongs to Africans at home and Africans in diaspora. Exactly. Thank you very much, Comrade Chris Sankara. I'm very happy to have you, and thank you for that really very energetic and historical, insightful reasoning that you gave us. I think we lost Gezahegn. What means Azania?
Okay, Azania. Aza means God. Nia means answer or spoken. It's Arabic, it's Hebrew, it's you know, there's Tanzania, Namibia, all those kind of things. So it comes from that. So Azania, it was a sea called Azania as well. Even this country, original name is Azania. South Africa is a colonial name. It was established in 1910. So we don't recognize the name South Africa. It is the ANC that accepted this. Hence, there's a difference between the PAC and the ANC. We can't accept the colonial names, and we must remove all the colonial names and all everything that has to do with colonialism, because South Africa was built on the basis of the pain of our people. Our people were raped, massacred, genocide were committed through this name called South Africa. And South Africa is not even a name; it's a direction. So we want to stick to Azania. PAC says we must. When we are free in South Africa, we're not yet free. We're not free. We're not liberated. The whites are still in power. They still control the land. They still control the economy. Our people are still in poverty. So what is happening today is that the ANC is only a managerial government, does not have power. The whites still have power. So we want to say, we want to bring back the land to the African people, the economy to the African people, and then adopt the name Azania, so that our people can be genuinely free. Not this one. Because our people are living in shacks, are in poverty, are landlessness, are homelessness, are marginalized, all sorts of things. So we are not yet free in South Africa, Azania. So Azania means land of blacks, land of African, land of the natives, or God has spoken or God has answered. That's what it means, in short.
And we will speak again soon. Definitely, this is only the start. We will continue until we all are free. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for your time.